are back. Just like the big board says, back and better than ever. The information widgets cover the entire board. The new year's in full swing, and I'm wearing a suit. Everything is as it should be. We've got the latest on Cornhole, Guess Who, and the LBL coming at you on Thursdays this semester. Let's get started right away. Last week, the LBL had to cover for the Season 3 Planning Committee by holding its back-in-town week. This meant we were treated to a double dose of basketball on Tuesday and Thursday, at which the Rec League brought in a crowd for the first time in its history. Look at all those happy fans. Here are the results from last week, sped up in case it is possible for somebody to exist who doesn't care about the LBL. In the Rec League,
the Scooby-Doos beat the Wolves 18-5. The Unpowered Forwards got a forfeit win against Team 4. The Freshie Queens beat the Roofing Company 18-16. Over 30 beat Team 6, 22-0. And on Thursday, the Scooby-Doos got a forfeit win against Team 4. The Freshie Queens beat the Wolves 20-6. The Unpowered Forwards beat over 30 17-8. And the Roofing Company got a forfeit win against Team 6.
in the competitive league,
Caleb Goose beat the Airballers 12-8. The Old Timers beat Lob City 21-5. The Ball Hogs beat the Jack Jennings Minions 21-8. The Underdogs beat the Pink Flamingos 12-5. The Beaters beat Team 8 21-5. The Grip Reapers beat Team 6 21-4. The West Coast Waggers beat Team 17 1-0. The Bricklayers beat Finish on Top 21-5. And on Thursday, the Old Timers beat Caleb Goose 19-2. The Goon Squad beat the Grip Reapers 16-14. The Ball Hogs beat the Underdogs 15-9. Finish on Top beat the Jack Jennings Minions 21-14. Team 8 beat the Airballers 15-10. The Beaters beat Team 6 21-19. Team 17 beat the Black Mamas 15-10. And the Bricklayers beat the West Coast Waggers 21-13.
this left the Old Timers on top of Competitive League A, the Bricklayers on top of Competitive League B, and the Unpowered Forwards tied with the Roofing Company at the top of the Rec League with their match being next in the schedule. There are also still a few unnamed teams in all leagues, so if you're one of those, contact the commissioner if you are a competitive team or me if you are a recreational team. That takes care of last week. This week, Season 3 began with Cornhole and Guess Who. I'll leave the student portion of Cornhole alone until the standings start to shake out, but in the faculty league, the teams of Mr. Lorenz, Mr. Basil, Mrs. Westcote, Mr. Gilbert, Mr. Kickham and Mr. Callahan, and Mrs. Kunderman and Mrs. Eckerding started off with wins. In Guess Who, the pool of 9 players became a pool of 12, as new entries who were plagued with broken communication lines were finally able to report for their first games. Isabel Horrell quickly rose to the top spot through voluntary games, while only one requisite was actually played, where Alexander Getz beat Brock Fiddleman. Guess Who, with its limited Tuesday-only action, is now poised to become even more exciting than Speed Checkers. If you have nothing better to do, I recommend checking it out. Finally, in the LBL this week,
the Grip Reapers beat Caleb Goose 17-12. The Goon Squad beat the Beaters 22-12. The Ball Hogs beat Finish on Top 21-15. The West Coast Waggers beat the Jack Jennings Minions 21-11. Team 6 beat the Airballers 21-2. Lob City beat Team 8 16-10. The Bricklayers beat the Black Mamas 1-0. And Team 17 beat the Pink Flamingos 15-9.
in the competitive league. However, in the Rec League, the highly anticipated match between the undefeated Unpowered Forwards and Roofing Company took place to an unusually light crowd. After playing a round of keeps and sinking bucket after bucket, they took the game 18-8 after giving up a pair of late threes. And with that, there is a definitive champion of each division, is what I would say had the Goon Squad not tied the Old Timers for the competitive A lead on the same day. Oh well. And that should cover everything. With all this action, there's got to be a sport out there for you. Next time the form comes to you, sign up. The house point supply is dwindling, and there is no better way than the Lil to shore your house up before it's too late. For those of you who are playing and still watch this, thank you for being a part of things, and have a little fun.